Hello everyone and welcome to another FPL video on the channel. In this one we're going to be taking a look at double game week slash blank game week 25. It's going to be an interesting week. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring, but there's a lot of transfers to be made and contemplated before the deadline, which is tonight when you're watching it at 8 o'clock. Or sorry, 6:30. So we'll crack on and we'll get onto the defence. And in goal we have Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now he has been a staple of my team for a while now. He's got Tottenham away from home. This is not the easiest fixture. I do in fact think Tottenham will score, but hopefully Kepa will get a few save points, stuff like that. There is a chance they'll keep a clean sheet. It could be a cagey affair. Both teams not in fine scoring form, are they? So maybe, it could turn out to be like a 0-0, dross 0-0, something like that. But hopefully we get a clean sheet there. If we don't, hopefully some save points. Then Cucurella, someone that I'm heavily contemplating ripping out of my side. He's not someone I want long term at all. He's probably not even going to start this game. Ben Chilwell is the main left back. The fact that I've even still got Cucurella is kind of hurting my soul, but nonetheless he's there. He does have a fixture. Hopefully he plays. Probably won't though, which is why I am considering taking him out for another player. Maybe a single game week player though, because I'm not interested in doubling up in defence with a Wolves or an Everton player. And the only Liverpool asset I can get to is Virgil van Dijk. So I don't really want to be spending 6.5 million on Virgil van Dijk. So the single game week assets I'm looking at are Renan Lodi, Emerson, and maybe like a Kufau, something like that. Now, Renan Lodi has West Ham away from home this game week. It's not the best fixture, but West Ham don't score that many goals. And then next week, Renan Lodi has Everton at home, which I think is a great fixture. Everton don't score that many goals as well. I think this is going to be a massive game for Forest. They want to get some points on the board, whether it's a draw, whether it's a win. I think there's a good opportunity there for them. So Lodi is a consideration. He is only 4.3 million as well, so he's very, very cheap. But whether I make that transfer or not, it won't be in this video. I'll probably put it on Twitter or something like that if I do make the move. But nonetheless, it's not very exciting, is it? So moving on to the other defenders, we've got Hugo Bueno, who has a double game against Fulham and Liverpool, both away from home. Not great fixtures. I think this double game week for them is quite overrated. I mean, not that it's that rated anyway, but I don't think they're going to keep a clean sheet in either of them, really. Liverpool, they're going to want vengeance. They got battered by them last time. I think Liverpool will score, and I do think Fulham will score as well. They're quite good at home, Fulham. So I'm just hoping that Hugo Bueno at 3.9 million, I just hope that he plays. He's been a minutes risk recently. Obviously, he's been on my bench, so it didn't really matter. But now I do need him to play, so hopefully he does. Den Tarkowski was one of the transfers in so far. Aston Villa at home, decent fixture. Although Aston Villa do tend to score, they've got some good attackers. And then Arsenal away from home. Not a good fixture. I think Arsenal will score in that game. So onto the midfield, we have our second transfer in there, and that is Mo Salah, and he's going to be our captain. We took De Bruyne out for Mo Salah. It was a straight swap, really, wasn't it? Palace away from home, then Wolves at home. Decent fixtures for a double game week, but Liverpool's form is a bit of a worry. I know you could say they won what I think it was back-to-back games, isn't it, in the Premier League? They did just go and get battered by Real Madrid. I know Palace and Wolves are no Real Madrid at all. That will be playing on their minds. Salah's involvement has not been that good this season in terms of what we know Salah can be, but he has got a goal and an assist in his last two games. So, maybe he's on his way back, I don't know. And he did score against Real Madrid, to be fair. He's also nailed, he's on penalties, so that's why we brought Salah in, and that is why he's going to be my captain. Then on to the Arsenal lads, double game week of Leicester and Everton. Leicester away from home, Everton at home. Good fixtures as well. I think the Leicester game is a great opportunity to get some goals, and I think there's Leicester, defensively not the best. Arsenal will look to score goals, and I think there's going to be goals in that game for both sides, to be honest. But I think there's going to be goals in that game. I do. I think maybe a 3-1 to Arsenal, something like that. So hopefully Martinelli and Odegaard can get involved. Martinelli is a bit of a minutes risk right now, which is the issue. Trossard is there breathing down his neck. He did start last game, Trossard. Martinelli did come on and make an impact off the bench. So if he doesn't start, hopefully he can do that again. But I think he might start this Leicester game, and I think there's going to be a good opportunity there to get some points on the board for him. Andreas, of course, comes into the side because we don't have that many starters. So yeah, Wolves at home. It's a decent fixture, to be fair. He's on some set pieces. He plays in that 10 role. He could be on penalties as well, with Mitrovic potentially missing the game. And to be fair, Mitrovic is not a great penalty taker anyway, so that could put Andreas onto the spot himself. Onto the attack, we have Kane at Chelsea at home. Kane can score against anyone. I see a lot of people considering doing Kane to Darwin Núñez. I did consider it myself, but for me, I'm going to stick with Kane. I think the fixtures after this one are great for him, and for Liverpool, they're not the best. You know, they do play Manchester United next game week. So then having 3 assets against Manchester United, who are in cracking form right now, is not the best thing. We did stick with Kane, so hopefully he can bag against Chelsea. Although at the same time, we do want that clean sheet. So what's the best outcome here? Then we have Erling Haaland against Bournemouth away from home. I think this is a good fixture. Man City, you know, drew against RB Leipzig in midweek, so maybe this could potentially be a minutes risk for Haaland. Maybe he comes off in the 60th, 70th minute, something like that, if the game's already put to bed, which it could very well be. I think there's a good opportunity that Haaland will score, but it is only a single game week, so we like to captain the players with a double game week, which is why we've gone with Salah over the likes of Erling Haaland. And the final player we have starting is Nketiah. Leicester away, Everton at home. We discussed the fixtures already. I think Nketiah gets a lot of chances in that Arsenal side. Just a case of taking his chances, similar to Darwin Núñez. He gets in the right positions. He's just not taking the chance at the moment. Hopefully that can turn around with Nketiah, because I do think there's going to be a lot of opportunities in these 2 games for him. So onto the bench, we have 1 starting player, and that is Ward against Arsenal, but I'm not going to start him. I don't think they keep a clean sheet. It's not a good fixture at all. And then we have 3 players who are not playing. They don't have a fixture. They play in the cup final on Sunday. That is Trippier, Rashford and Luke Shaw. So hopefully the boys can get the job done, but that's irrelevant to FPL. So yeah, they have no fixture, and then of course they do play next game week. So that's how my team is looking. What do you guys think? I'm not going to lie, I don't have high hopes for this game week at all. I think I'm going to do pretty poorly. You know, fingers crossed that we can not get a massive, you know, red arrow. That would be unfortunate for all the decent greens that we've got recently. I am still considering making some transfers, maybe taking a -4 or -8, something like that. I don't want to take too many hits, because, you know, the double game week players this game week, they're not too interesting, to be honest, for me. So I'm probably not going to take a -8, but I do think I should take Cucurella out. What do you guys think? Should I take Cucurella out? Probably should, shouldn't I? But nonetheless, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. If you could subscribe, we're on the road to 500 subscribers, so that would be truly appreciated. And if you need any FPL advice or any FPL tips on your team or anything like that, you know, drop a comment and I'll be sure to reply to you as soon as possible. But nonetheless, good luck with your game weeks. I wish you all the best, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers, guys.